All right, guys, back with another good one for you today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming in.
I see why people come to Wanda's show.
Yeah. All right. It's the People Station Viewer 3. Your hair is.
That joint was.
My hair is 19 inches long and I have no perm.
That's not a perm.
No, it is not. Nice lady.
That's natural.
Come run one of your gnarled fingers.
Come here. Come on, come over here.
No. That's not how that works.
Oh, okay. Well, then stay over there.
Don't worry, ain't nobody putting their hands through yours.
That's right. They don't have to. I don't want them to. Get on out of here. You okay? You okay?
Only one of our hairs moving while we talk.
Are you all right this morning?
Tell Wanda to take off them headphones and that wig.
And make sure
that wig and the headphones come
take
together.
Off them old ass clothes you got on. How about that? Yeah, they're old.
I want to apologize to the people at Versace Collection. If you can't get your blood pressure down, you can't call me down.
Whatever, little mama.
If your cholesterol is 600.
Whatever, little mama.
I'm little mama's baby daddy.
No, you little mama.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey,
and what are you, girl? You probably shouldn't talk about sizes.
No, that's okay.
You big on the radio.
That's right. And you're big
Turn
in
it
prison.
down.
And you're
yes,
big in prison.
I've never been to prison.
You have
19 felonies, no convictions.
Yeah,
Knock it off. Prison and jail aren't the same. No.
Okay,
no.
Calm
No.
down. Calm down.
Only one of us has $12 worth of jewelry on. No.
No, $12.
No. That all is available. If you want to have Wanda's jewelry, please go to Citgo or Quick Trip at any point. If you buy 2 packs of Newport 100s, they will give you everything Wanda has on right now for $7.99, and it comes with a free car wash. Won't you come on down?
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
The show starts at 9. Wanda gets to the stage at 9:17. Please come on down.
Go, Shay, please come get Miss Cat and do her
She's
hair.
almost out of breath. Be careful now. Even on the radio, you can hear the fact that exercise has crept into her vocabulary.
Yeah.
Well, them's pretty nifty. You guys gonna use any of them ideas?
I think that time has been sped up, and I think God has sped up time, because if he did not speed up time, then we all would be doomed. Did you guys hear that scientists have said that they have measured time, and in comparison to what time was before, time is now, like a minute is now 45 seconds, which means for every minute, 15 seconds we've lost. So I asked ChatGPT, if 45 seconds was a minute, how quickly would time go by? ChatGPT said that time will be moving 33% quicker. And what that would mean for a month would be that a 30-day month would pass in 22 and a half days. And so a month would feel like it ended a week sooner. The crazy thing about this is that when you continuously, if you say 2 months or 3 months, or you say a year, it's crazy. If you say a year, this would be about 274 days that a year would take. And a year takes obviously 365 days, but a year would finish about 91 days earlier. And some people find it hard to comprehend that if God is outside of time, then he can fast forward time from the outside because he is not in it. Similar to when you watch a movie, you are not in the movie, which means you can fast forward through the movie, you can rewind, you can do whatever you want. And the people in the movie will not be affected because they can't they can't feel it, they can't see it, because you're doing it from the outside of time. They're just gonna continue to do their script in real time. So God has sped up time. That is my belief. Also, do what you will with this type of information. This is Revelation 12:12, and it says that, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and to the sea. The devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has a short time. Another thing, Matthew 24:22, it says that if those days had not been cut short, no one would survive. But for the elect's sake, those days will be shortened. So you can look at the days being shortened, meaning like he's cutting it off at a certain point in time, or you can look at it as like time speeding up so the days can be shortened. And so you get to a certain time quicker. So I think that time has been sped up, and I think
that explains why time seems like it's going so fast. That would make perfect sense, because that's about how it seems. A year don't seem like a year no more, and an hour don't seem like an hour no more. But I don't know what you guys think. Throw it in the comments.
Just call it what it is, racism. It started with Caitlin Clark, and now it's me. Y'all see it. When white players start hooping at a high level, suddenly we're cocky, deserve to get hit, or we're too emotional. But let's be real, they just don't like seeing white girls dominating their game. I've been elbowed, shoved, even had players whisper threats during plays. And for what? Because I play hard, because I won't back down? That's not just physical, that's targeted. That's hate. And I'm not staying quiet about it anymore. If I get hit dirty, I'm swinging back, period. I did it before, and I'll do it again. I'm not here to play victim, I'm here to compete. But I'll never let anyone punk me just because of the color of my skin. If you think I'm supposed to just take it and smile, you picked the wrong one. And Caitlin, she's been through the same BS. We see the pattern, and the league better start seeing it too. If you don't stand for fairness now, when will you?
What do you guys think? You agree or disagree? I agree. They got a hatred, just you can see it in their face when they're doing it. But I don't know. What do y'all feel?
People say weed makes you dumb, but the truth is more interesting. What if the people who smoke it are not slow at all, but deeply aware? Not because weed makes them smarter, but because of the kind of mind that's drawn to it. Many of them are not lazy. They are overthinkers, deep feelers, people whose minds rarely stay quiet and whose brains never shut off. And sometimes weed feels like a pause, a small moment of silence in a mind that never stops talking. Research suggests that cannabis users often score higher in openness to experience, a trait linked to creativity, curiosity, and deep thinking. So maybe they are not escaping reality. Maybe they are trying to see it differently. That is why small moments can feel bigger. Ideas can flow more freely, and the mind can connect things others never notice. But there is another side. The same mind that wants peace can begin to depend on that quiet, and that is the danger. Weed does not create intelligence. It simply lowers the noise, just enough for someone to finally hear how much is already inside them.
What do you guys think? Is that you? It's not me. I do that and I get all paranoid, and yeah, that's just not for me. Never been one like that. But throw it in the comments.
They could do that might open up a door to a parallel universe. You don't think they would do it?
Deep beneath the border of France and Switzerland, a 17-mile ring of magnets is smashing reality apart. Official reports say it's safe. Max Laughlin says they are lying. This child prodigy claims CERN opened a portal, and we slipped through it. It sounds like a movie plot, but when Joe Rogan broke down the kid's theory, the silence in the studio was deafening.
Read this kid. Look at what it says there. He claims that CERN destroyed the universe during recent experiments, which has resulted in us living in a nearby parallel universe instead.
The crazy part isn't the claim itself. It's that the glitches in our world are starting to prove him right. And Rogan knows it. The day Joe Rogan stopped laughing. So, who is the kid that managed to stump the world's biggest podcaster? Max Laughlin isn't just a smart kid who gets good grades. This kid is a statistical anomaly. By the time he was 13, he wasn't just learning physics. He was rewriting it. He famously invented a free energy device out of a coffee can and some wire in his backyard, a device that actually worked. People started calling him the next Nikola Tesla or the new Einstein. But while his inventions were cool, his theories were terrifying. Max wasn't interested in just building gadgets. He was obsessed with the fabric of reality itself. And his target was the European Organization for Nuclear Research, better known as CERN. In a video that went viral instantly, Max sat in a chair looking calm and collected, and explained that the scientists at CERN had done the unthinkable. He didn't stutter. He didn't use maybe or what if. He stated, with the confidence of a seasoned professor, that the Large Hadron Collider had destroyed our universe. According to Max, during recent high-energy experiments, the machine caused a rupture in space-time. The result? We were instantly shifted into a parallel universe, a reality that is almost identical to our own, but not quite. When Rogan watched this, you could see the gears turning. Rogan is obsessed with the idea of the multiverse and the simulation theory, the idea that none of this is real. But hearing it from a stoned philosopher is one thing. Hearing it from a child prodigy who understands quantum mechanics better than most adults, that hits different. Max explained that this shift is the reason the world feels so chaotic right now. It explains why everyone feels like time is speeding up, or why things that used to be facts are now fuzzy memories. And here's the catch. Max's theory wasn't just about a machine breaking. He implied that the portal is still open. He suggested that the scientists at CERN are playing with forces that don't just affect the lab, they affect your living.
If there was something...
I think something did happen, because there's definitely a bunch of different feelings and things don't seem normal. They haven't for a good while. I don't know. I'll have to look more into that.
Could Bigfoot be a fallen angel? Well, one of the things that really isn't talked a lot about Bigfoot, but I ask often, is why is Bigfoot restricted from coming in contact with us?
David Paulides, the most credible Bigfoot investigator alive, just uncovered something that tears the entire Bigfoot mystery wide open. These things are definitely real, and what he just found has put him in permanent conflict with the entire scientific establishment across North America. DNA that no laboratory can cleanly explain, footprints that violate everything we understand about biomechanics, and a government paper trail that nobody in uniform will go anywhere near. They have known about these creatures for years. They know what they are. They know where they are. And they chose silence over the truth. David Paulides just ended that silence and leaked everything. The faces that shouldn't exist.
Man.
When Paulides arrived at the Hoopa Valley Reservation in Northern California, he was not expecting what he found. Paulides had been brought there to investigate Bigfoot sightings using the same methods he had used his entire career to investigate crimes. He expected to find confused witnesses, inconsistent stories, and the kind of gaps in testimony that tell an experienced detective that someone is making things up. What Paulides found instead was something that he had no framework to dismiss. The people of the Hoopa tribe were not frightened. They simply talked about these creatures the way you talk about something that has always been there. They did not call them Bigfoot. They called them the forest people. And that name was not casual. It carried a specific meaning. The elders described territories that both sides respected. There were invisible lines in the forest that neither the tribe nor the creatures crossed. No agreement had ever been written down. No meeting had ever taken place. But the lines have held for generations. And what that means, when you sit with it, is that something out there in those trees was intelligent enough to understand boundaries and disciplined enough to keep them. Then the elders described the feeding ritual. Tribe members would leave food at the edge of the forest, not as a religious offering or out of fear. This was just like the way you leave something out for a neighbor you have quietly come to understand. And whatever was in those trees would come for it every time. Paulides had spent nearly 2 decades interrogating real criminals, so he knows exactly what a fabricated story looked like and what genuine memory sounded like. The difference is in the details. Liars tend to give you the dramatic parts, while real witnesses give you the quiet, specific details that nobody would bother to invent. And that was what Paulides kept hearing at Hoopa.
This is a real dynamic signature of a consistent functional aspect of the foot.
Over 45 of the witnesses signed sworn legal affidavits confirming their accounts. But it was what came next that truly changed everything. Paulides brought in Harvey Pratt. He is one of the most respected forensic sketch artists in American law enforcement history. He spent 40 years working for the FBI. He worked the BTK killer case, where a sadistic strangler mailed taunting letters to police for 30 years before anyone caught him. He worked the Green River killer case, where a truck driver murdered at least 49 women and hid so many bodies along a river highway that investigators are still finding remains today. He even worked the Oklahoma City Federal Building bombing, the deadliest domestic terror attack in American history, which killed 168 people, including 19 children, in a daycare center. Pratt's job was to sit with traumatized survivors in the hours after the worst moments of their lives and pull the faces of monsters from their memories with enough precision to hold up in a federal courtroom. This man had seen everything. Pratt is also a member of the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes and a recognized traditional Cheyenne peace chief. That background gave him access that Paulides alone never could have had. Witnesses opened up to Pratt in ways they had never opened up to anyone. Some of them described things they had kept locked inside for decades, including the eye contacts. Multiple witnesses described these creatures making deliberate, sustained eye contact, not the startled glance of a frightened animal, but intentional eye contacts, like something that was communicating. These locals even described what Bigfoot really looks like. They did not look like an ape or like anything that belongs in a zoo or a wildlife documentary. They looked like a person. They had high cheekbones, deep-set, expressive eyes, and a facial structure that, if it appeared at your window on a dark night, your brain would process as human before something in your gut told you the proportions were horribly wrong. Pratt looked at Paulides after those first sessions and said directly, "This isn't anything like we've always heard. When the man who drew the faces of the worst humans alive tells you that what he just drew disturbed him."
Could Bigfoot?
Some of them videos they showed, that thing does look pretty realistic. I mean, but look at the movies, how they do shit in the movies too. So I don't know. I believe there's something to it. I don't know if it's a big hairy creature, but there's something to the Bigfoot myth or whatever you want to call it.
For $7.2 million, 2 cents per acre. Newspapers called it Seward's Folly, a frozen wasteland, a useless block of ice. That was 1867. What America actually bought is only now becoming clear. These are 10 geography facts about Alaska that nobody teaches in school. And by number 1, you will understand why the founder of the U.S. Air Force told Congress that whoever controls Alaska controls the world. Number 10, size. Alaska is larger than Texas, California, and Montana combined. If it were its own country, it would be the 17th largest nation on Earth. That small box in the corner of every American map is a lie. Number 9, the coastline. Alaska has more ocean coastline than all other U.S. states combined. 34,000 miles, touching 3 separate bodies of water: the Pacific, the Bering Sea, and the Arctic Ocean. No other state touches 3 oceans. Number 8, Russia is 2.4 miles away. At the Bering Strait, Alaska and Russia are separated by 2.4 miles of water. 2 islands, Little Diomede, American, Big Diomede, Russian. On a clear day, you can see Russia from American soil with the naked eye. Number 7. 130 active volcanoes. Alaska sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire. 130 active volcanoes, more than any other U.S. state, more than most countries on Earth. The most trafficked air corridor between North America and Asia passes directly above them. One eruption can shut down transoceanic flights for days. Number 6. The earthquake state. Alaska generates roughly 11% of all earthquakes recorded on Earth every year. In 1964, a magnitude 9.2 earthquake, the most powerful ever recorded in North America, moved the ground 30 horizontal feet in minutes. It remains the second largest earthquake ever measured on Earth. Number 5. The pipeline on permafrost. 80% of Alaska's surface sits on permafrost, permanently frozen ground up to 2,000 feet deep. The Trans-Alaska Pipeline runs 800 miles across it, above ground, on 78,000 support structures, crossing 3 mountain ranges and 34 major rivers, built in 4 years, carrying 18 billion barrels of oil since 1977. Number 4. Midnight sun, polar night. In Utqiagvik, America's northernmost city, the sun does not set for 82 consecutive days in summer. Then in winter, it does not rise for 67 days. Complete darkness. 2 months every year. Number 3. The strategic position. The shortest flight path between North America and Asia passes directly over Alaska. This is why Anchorage is one of the busiest cargo airports on Earth. Not because of what Alaska produces, because of where Alaska sits. Every major trade route between the world's 2 largest economies passes over this state. Number 2. What Russia sold without knowing. Russia sold Alaska believing it was worthless. 1 year after the centennial of that sale, America discovered Prudhoe Bay, the largest oil field ever found in North America. 25 billion barrels. Russia sold it for 2 cents an acre. Number 1. The convergence point. In 1935, General Billy Mitchell told Congress, "Whoever controls Alaska controls the world." He was right. Alaska sits where the 2 most important Arctic shipping routes converge. As sea ice retreats, those routes are opening. Every ship moving between Europe and Asia through the Arctic passes through Alaskan waters. Russia has 51 icebreakers. America has 2. China calls itself a near-Arctic state with no Arctic coastline because it understands what is coming. Alaska is America's only Arctic territory, its only access point to the most strategically contested geography of the coming century. The Arctic is opening, and the world is only now beginning to understand what Mitchell meant. Follow Map Wizardry for more, because the map always tells the truth.
I didn't know half of that stuff. Guess it's part of history I should learn, huh?
You need to hear this one.
The definition of future, if you look it up in the dictionary, literally Google it. Google the definition of future.
The time or a period of time following the moment of speaking or writing.
Read that again.
The time or a period of time following the moment of speaking or writing.
The definition of the future is the moment you speak or you write something, that is your future. By definition, it's the moment of time following the period of speaking or writing. The moment you speak or write something, by definition, that's your future.
Your creation.
Define past.
Gone by in time and no longer existing.
And what's the next thing?
The time or a period of time before the moment of speaking or writing.
What does that say again?
Same thing, just past.
The moment or period of time before you speak or write. So the moment you speak or write something, that becomes your future. Anything prior to that moment is now your past. Most people recreate their past because they just keep talking about the past. So it becomes the future all over again. Or you will say, I want to make $100,000. And then you start speaking, God, let me just make enough money to pay my bills. So God says, you get enough money to pay your bills, but you don't get the $100,000. You stop speaking that. That became your past the moment you start speaking something else.
Because here's the thing that most people don't understand about manifestation. Every word coming out of your mouth is energy taking shape. So when you keep saying, I'm so tired, or this is so hard, or nothing ever works out for me, your energy locks into that signal and the universe shows up to match it. So if you want a different tomorrow, please start catching the negative words you speak today now and start choosing the words that you want your future to have on purpose, because that's where manifestation actually begins. And remember, you are a powerful creator. weight.
Guess that makes sense. Hearing that definition. I mean, I learned some stuff like that when I was in prison in a program I did. I do believe positive thinking and thinking like using positive words, it changes how things seem to be. I don't know. Maybe it's all the mind thing, but what do you guys think? You believe in the manifestation thing?
Crazy facts about your body you never knew. The last one will blow your mind. Number 1, your stomach gets a completely new lining every 3 to 5 days because stomach acid is so strong it would dissolve the stomach itself without constant regeneration. Number 2, you produce enough saliva in your lifetime to fill 2 swimming pools, and it contains natural painkillers stronger than some medications. Number 3, your brain uses 20% of your body's total energy despite being only 2% of your weight, consuming power like a 20-watt light bulb. Number 4, you shed about 8 pounds of dead skin cells every year, and most of the dust in your house is actually your own skin. Number 5, your heart pumps over 2,000 gallons of blood daily with enough pressure to squirt blood 30 feet across a room. Number 6, you have exactly the same number of neck vertebrae as a giraffe, 7 bones, but theirs are just much longer. Number 7, your eyes can distinguish between 10 million different colors, and your pupils automatically dilate when you look at someone you're attracted to. Before I say the last one, make sure to hit that follow button to support the channel. Number 8, you're actually about an inch taller in the morning than at night because gravity compresses your spine throughout the entire day.
Late at night has genuinely terrified thousands of people online. At first, the footage just shows a dark, empty street with almost no sound at all, making the entire scene feel strangely unsettling. But as the camera slowly moves, something suddenly bursts out from the darkness, and whatever it was did not look like any normal creature. Its lower body looked exactly like a horse, but its upper body appeared twisted and horrifying, almost like some kind of demonic being. Its body was unnaturally thin, and on top of its head were what looked like large horns, clearly visible even in the darkness. But the most disturbing part was the way it moved. It ran incredibly fast, yet its movements looked stiff and unnatural, almost like its body wasn't meant to move the way it did. The person recording immediately panicked, and the camera started shaking violently, but the creature kept running through the darkness without stopping. After slowing the footage down, some people noticed that it seemed to maintain the exact same unnatural posture the entire time, almost as if it was either chasing something or running from something far worse. But the part that truly terrified viewers happens in the final seconds of the video. While running, the creature suddenly turned its head directly toward the camera, and for a brief moment, its eyes became visible in the dark. They did not look human at all. Then the video abruptly cut off.
Crazy. That looks real, but I mean, the way AI is, you don't know what's real anymore. But if that's fucking real, that should be on the news and shit. That's some crazy shit. That's why I think it's probably AI. Somehow people know it's AI. I don't know. What do you guys think? But with that being said, that's all I got for today. I'm only doing these 30-minute, 25, 30-minute ones anymore because I ain't getting views. I'm new and I spend a lot of time making these. So until I start picking up and YouTube starts putting me out there, I'm just going to do these 30-minute ones. So if you guys got something you want to see, throw it in the comments. You can reach out, my email, whatever, send me some videos. With that being said, till next time, see ya.